This video is a compilation of voices of high school students reflecting upon their experiences with academic writing. It records the early stages of a field study, an ethnography that I hope will teach us more about the students we meet in our first-year writing classes. And, I have found, it is at least partially about those who we won't meet there. It was compiled as I visited the students from 3 secondary schools in central Pennsylvania, one urban, one suburban, and one that is in transition, traditionally rural, but feeling the effects of suburban sprawl. As I visited these schools, I collected quantitative data as well, data that reveals general trends and attitudes that these students hold toward writing. But something else, something more personal, was lost in those numbers, the voices of the students themselves. It is my hope that by watching this video, you can see and hear firsthand, as I did, what these students bring with them as they enter our classes. Let's listen.
If you give somebody something that they like to write about, that they're a little more free with it, like, of course you have to have, as far as curriculum is concerned, you have to have different guidelines and different structures. But I think if you give them something that they like to write about, like give them, like, maybe the first few writing assignments, give them something that they pick or give them a choice, and then start to get into grammatical things and how to really form a paper.
I remember last year, because 11th grade was when I actually went up to honors English, and we had to write a research paper, and she chose a topic for us. I got to write about Herman Melville, so it wasn't all that interesting, but I still had to do it.
You can form your own ideas and analyze it in the way you want to analyze it, and have your own ideas on paper and be able to, develop new ideas that you haven't even thought of before. I think that that's when you kind of, you've kind of stopped being, your teacher, having them grade it, and it's just kind of what you believe in is on the paper.
If you have to research something, if you're interested in it, you're naturally going to want to know more about it, and then writing about it is just going to be easier because it's something you enjoy.
I know I don't like to write papers strict and by the book because not everything's correct, and then you get docked off if it's not correct. I know I'm better for writing more freestyle or more writing for poetry, so I think a lot of people would like to have more options on what they do.
I write all the time, and I like writing because the thing about writing is you can write how you feel at that moment. And then, like, when we was in our groups, he said that, like, he liked to write stuff about how he feel. Don't worry about it. He said he liked to write how he feel, and then after he write how he feel, he rip it up so nobody can see it. And me, on the other hand, I write how I feel, then I remember it, and then I go share with other people. Then I like to get what their feedback is, and sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. But, when you get positive, it always makes you feel good.
I mean, all the other classes got to choose a topic to research, and then I got Herman Melville.
And they say something about start out with a thesis statement or something. I don't know what that means.
It's your topic set.
Here, go ahead. You tell us about that.
I'm not the one. You're asking the question to him.
I don't know. But yeah, like when they say thesis statement and stuff, I was like, what's a thesis statement? I just start with my stuff like, yeah, I did this, or I was going here, or once upon a time, or something like that. But I don't know what no thesis statement is.
Outlines are bondage because they make you write a certain way, and I hate that. I don't follow a writing process. I just write it.
College level writing is going to scare me because, like, what you see on TVs, like, you see like 30 pages of double spaced 12 font papers. That really intimidates me. So I know probably when I have to go to college, I'm really going to step my game up.
The other thing I'm not looking forward to is the length, because he said for his senior thesis he had to write a paper that had to be no less than 50 pages and no less than 107 sources. So that's one thing I'm not looking forward to.
I want to go just to prove my family wrong, because I don't think anybody... I think one person in my family went to college, and they dropped out like 2 credits short of having their associate's degree. And I don't want to be like the rest of my family. And plus, like, I agree with JK, like, just to have that security, like, because I know if I have a degree, I'm going to have, I have a better chance of getting a job than other people. But just to have it to prove that, yeah, I made it, I did it.
I think as far as college, like, there's no other way in life for me not to go to college, because, like, me, as far as me, I just want that white collar job with a briefcase, you know, suited in day, dressed regular at night, you know what I mean? White picket fence house. But you can't get that unless you go to college. You got to have those degrees to back you up. So, you know what I mean? I got to go to college so I can get those degrees, so I can get that, you know, big office in New York and stuff, you know, and that's basically it. That's how I feel about college.